Hello, I am the Loch Ness Monster, also known as Nessie. I live in the Loch Ness, as my name suggests, and yeah, I'm here to do the interview. I managed to get Wi-Fi whilst underneath the lake, which I don't know how I got that, but here I am, I guess. So yeah, hello Harry. Let's get this interview started.
Nessie, Loch Ness Monster, you go by many names, but do you actually think there's a sort of stigma around your name?
Do I think there is a stigma around my name? I mean, I go by many names like the Loch Ness Monster, most notably, but to be honest, I haven't really heard much seeming, the legend of the Loch Ness Monster and the famous photographs and famous sightings. Well, here's a fun fact. I have never actually surfaced above the water. I've surfaced above the water once, but that was only to see one of my old friends, the Sasquatch. Yeah. If you didn't know, me and the Sasquatch actually went college together. It's very hard to believe. I was like a wee little. I was small back then, so they could carry me around in a bowl tank. They used to call me Nessie because my grandfather he went to the same school as we did, and yeah, I guess the name just stuck from there.
With the notoriety of these titles and names you have been given over the years, do you think that it has overshadowed the real you and that you have sort of blended into the Nessie persona?
Do I think the fame has overshadowed the real me? I don't think so, to be honest. I don't really care much for fame, but I do like getting admired in some way. Like I'm this myth in the Loch Ness Lake that most people don't really understand, and most people don't really like. They don't get that. I don't care. Don't know. The fame hasn't gone into my head, but it is nice to be recognized as one of the world's most well-known cryptids, even though I am real, you know. I am real. I am very much alive underneath the water. You just haven't been able to find me yet.
Now, through the years, you have been quite known for your cinematic endeavours, such as projects as Scooby Doo and the Loch Ness Monster, and things as Waterhorse. But do you think they really capture the essence of Nessie?
Working with Scooby-Doo was an interesting one. Most people think that was a false tale, but actually that happened. Yeah, that really did happen. I made a brief cameo at the very end where my real body was actually used in the shot. They paid me in seals, so they paid me in food essentially. It was pretty fun. It was very very fun. But I think the real I don't think any cinematic experience has truly captured what I'm like, because there are multiple different variations and depictions of me, but none of them has actually come close to what I really look like. And to give you a small bit of what I actually look like, just imagine a sea turtle without its shell and with a giraffe's neck. That's what I really am.
Now, throughout the years, there have been many claims that you are fake, not real, imaginary, and just a hoax. However, how do you feel about these pictures, even though, of course, you are real?
I do find it pretty entertaining that most people don't think I'm real, like, oh, there's no proof of a giant monster living underneath the lake, and if there was a giant monster, you'd think we would see it sooner because it's massive. I do think that it is pretty funny to think that people don't think that I think that they think I'm real. I don't know what I just said. I cut that bit out, Harry. I don't think that I don't really care much for people who don't think I'm real, but I do find it entertaining to see their theory saying like I heard about this one theory whilst I was awfully close to the surface. They was saying how that oh, if he's so massive, then where the hell is he? No sonar scans has ever picked up any evidence that the Loch Ness monster is real. No, I'm down there. I'm down there. Your sonar scans just hasn't picked me up yet. Also, you guys are just terrible at finding me. Treat it like a game of hide and seek. Just work harder.
Now, in the world of cryptozoology, you are quite the unique case, as you are the only one of your kind, really. But do you have any relatives outside of the Loch?
Do I have a family outside of the Loch Ness? Believe it or not, I actually have a sister who lives out in the Caribbean. Now, you may not think this is real, but the Kraken is actually my distant relative. Yeah. The last time we met each other was a couple thousand years ago. We were at a family gathering. It was pretty fun seeing all my family again, but I haven't been to a family gathering since, you know. I've been in the loch over here, and I just haven't been able to escape, you know. But it's all fine. It's all fine. My father, he got hunted ages ago. My mother is actually a mermaid. It's pretty interesting how most people think that these creatures aren't connected, but we're all family. It's pretty nice.
Now, sitting in the loch by yourself all day, year round, must be pretty lonely. So, do you do anything to not get bored, such as read a book or so on and so forth?
Does it get boring in here? A little bit. Okay, I'm gonna be completely honest. It does get a little boring in here. The loch is massive, sure. It's big, but I've lived for ages now, and there hasn't been anything new going on for those 1,000 years. What I do down there for entertainment, I usually play around with people. I make like small appearances to people who don't believe that I'm real, and I convert them into thinking that, oh, I am real. I should tell people about this, and they won't believe them because it's too outlandish, you know. There's no way a giant monster is living in the Loch Ness. No, I'm here. You guys just haven't found me yet. Yeah, no, it is pretty boring down here, I will admit. I miss the open ocean. I miss, seeing my great uncle again. My great uncle is actually a giant sea turtle that, you guys are yet to see. Because according to, what's this site, Wikipedia? Yeah. According to Wikipedia, you haven't found my great uncle yet, which is pretty interesting. Yeah. Do I read books? I don't read books. I mean, every book that comes down here, it's wet. But what I do read is pretty interesting. I heard about the Southern Ratman. I don't know what that is, but a Ratman, it sounds interesting. And I would like to meet the Ratman one day. Well, thank you for having me, Harry. This computer is going to die soon, so I'll see you later, I guess. Thank you for the interview and bringing me into the spotlight.